What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Ethereum today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, okay? It is the 19th day of October today. It's the 19th. I'm going to change the color of this line to white. It's the 19th today. The 29th, I'm highlighting this because that is the date of the FOMC announcement where Jerome Powell holds the press conference and they announce that they're going to cut interest rates. So that's right there, right? It's 10 days away from here, not even 10 days at this point. 9 days, 6 hours, 27 minutes from now, that'll be that day there, okay? I wouldn't be surprised if Ethereum starts moving up going into this announcement, right? Does that mean that we're just going to new all-time highs nonstop, bull train until then? Maybe, but probably not. You know, we probably find some turbulence around then, and then we come back up. But I think it's very safe to say at this moment, I shouldn't say very safe to say, but it's increasingly becoming safe to say. It's becoming increasingly safe to say that this is the low, that we found a higher low here, and that we are ready to move higher. From a low to a high right there, we did tip the 786 area, had an immense reaction at that zone, and we're seeing some bullish continuation from that area here, just like we did back here, right? This was we made mincemeat of this $3,700 to $4,300 area this time. We did the same thing over here. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we did move up higher from here. Once we get above about $4,300, once we get above this high right here, that's very validating to both of these lows being legitimate, both as a low of the overall range and a higher low here. And if we get a higher low and we're above here, that would be very validating to the idea that we are ready to break out of this overall range that we've been in since August, okay? So very crucial, I think, to get above $4,300. Now, if we don't get above there, if we move up here and then we come back down, that doesn't mean we're dead in the water, right? We could find higher lows, higher highs, and then break out. But I just don't see, between now and the 29th, I don't see us really consolidating too much more. I really do think we're going to move at a steady pace up there. We'll probably be well above $4,300 by the 29th of October. That's my thoughts right now. Looking at this on the 1 hour time frame, zooming in, looking way in here, we are finding a little turbulence, it looks like, right? A little bit of a wick to the upside there, pulling back. Let's look at the liquidation levels, looking at Ethereum here over the past 30 days. The shorts outweigh the longs about 2 to 1, it seems, over the past day itself. A lot of longs, not so many shorts. Might be a little called for to pull back here. Stochastics are bullish, MACD's bullish, RSI is bullish overall, but you do have some bearish divergence on the RSI. You could pull back to 3,900, pull back $100, whatever, and then continue to rally. Pull back, find a higher low within this range here. I doubt we go below this low, though. Can we go below 3,800? Yes. Are we going to go below 3,700? I doubt it. But can we? Sure. And if we do, it's fine. It's not a big deal. 4 hour time frame here, looking at the RSI, I think things have transitioned. I really do. Right? Look at this. Downtrend here. I think we're in an uptrend. I think we have higher lows and we're forming higher highs. I think we're going to come up and form higher highs. I think that's what's going to happen. It's going to cause us to grow between now and the 29th. I really do think that's what's happening. At any rate, we broke out of this downtrend. We broke out of this downtrend here. And we look like we want to see the overbought zone. I really do think that we are on a path higher looking at this RSI. Stochastics are bullish and the MACD is bearish. But when we do cross above the zero, there should be some explosive price action taking place. I would imagine that the cross above the zero with the MACD will coincide directly with the break of this $4,300 level there. And then we have this W set up. It's like a W within a W maybe. I don't know. I'm very confident we don't go below this low. Hold on. Just because I'm confident that we don't go below this low doesn't mean it can't happen. And if it does happen, it's fine. I doubt it does. But again, if we are to go below this low, where could we go? From a low to a high. We could find support at 36 to 33.40. Okay, 3,600 to 33.40. Somewhere in there. 3,340 to 3,600, that range. But I doubt that we go there, right? But that's the lowest, that's the worst case scenario. We come down here, we find support, and then boom. Then we're doing everything that we're talking about now just from a lower price, right? But it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that we would see this kind of correction. I know that we've got these lower highs. It doesn't make sense that we would reject here when the 29th is right around the corner and we're getting rate cuts. It's going to be positive for the markets. It wouldn't make sense to me that we sell off into that event. Overall, things look net positive. I'm going to run with the idea that Yes, we can pull back. Maybe we go below 3,800. I doubt we go below 37. I think we hold up those lows. And I think really if we pull back from here, it's just going to be another higher low and a moment before we actually break out and start to see recovery onwards and upwards to 4,300, 4,600 and beyond. Once we get above $4,300, we cement this as a higher low to this low, that low being the low of the range that we've established since August. Okay. When we look at the daily time frame now, we look at these indicators. The RSI looks super positive. You got oversold. You kind of rejected the oversold zone, rejected it again, bouncing right off of it, and now you're finding support at the 40. It's impossible to be bearish looking at this chart. It really is. So from a daily perspective, I think we're finding support. I think we're going to continue to move higher. And with that, I think we're just really in the process of this overall move still, right? We're going to bounce here. We're going to bounce here in the RSI. We're going to bounce at the 50 on the stochastics. The MACD crosses red for a second, whatever, but that's okay. Sometimes we get false crosses like we did here with the green, or like we did there with the green, like we did here with the red. Sometimes you get false crosses, and that's actually the right moment to bounce. I think that this is going to be a move that is a progression of what we've seen so far since April. Okay, like this was a move, then we consolidated. This was a move, then we consolidated. The next move will likely take us above $8,000, or at least around there. Anywhere from $8,000 to $10,000 by the end of this year. That's the expectation. I really wouldn't be surprised at all if in November Ethereum was worth $8,000 or more. But here we are, just below 4,000 now, calling for the low to be in. I got nothing else. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Take care of yourselves. Thank you all for being here. Bye-bye.